Okay, I've got the Sailfly X, which I've been flying for the last few days. Eventually, after the rain stopped, I had it for a couple of weeks almost, really, before the rain actually allowed me to fly it, but that's the UK weather for you. Anyway, so I thought I'd go over the good points and bad points and point out, probably more importantly, what things you should just check and do something about just to stop you breaking the flight controller basically. Um, yeah, so okay, I'll just dive in then. So the good points are it's got 6 minutes. It will stay up for 6 minutes, and that's going pretty fast on a 300 mAh 2 cell, which is just that one. I've got loads of those, and they're really good cells. So that's what I'm going to primarily be flying it on. I hit a tree. I fell into the ground. I caught the ground going fast and it toppled all over the place and nothing broke. So for me, it's been quite strong. That was over grass though, so not concrete. The battery it comes with is a 3 cell. Now, if you're going to use that, I would advise, yeah, maybe not. It's limit your throttle to 70%. I did that and I'm still getting vibrations at high throttle, and it doesn't sound particularly happy with the PIDs. I think you'd need to lower the PIDs a bit to make it happy on that 300 mAh. Having said that, it was really fast, really fun. But even on this, if you have a look at my video, I've got a video up on this already on the 2 cell, and that's flying really well as well. That's pretty fast, probably as fast as you need, to be honest, for such a small thing. It's it's very enjoyable, and knowing that it's not very likely to break is good fun. So yeah, those are the good points. And obviously it's very cheap, and got it. Banggood has it for around £60, $80 or something like that. It's very cheap. What you get is it's good. It's an all-in-one flight controller, which handles 3S and 5-6 amps, 1102 motors, 8,500 kV, and these props. Get spare props. Lots of spare props in there. Screwdriver, prop removal tool, and a couple of battery holders, and an extra canopy. I think the angle must be slightly different on that one. It's actually purple, it's coming out blue there, but yeah, it's I don't think you're going to break them anyway. They're very strong. Talking of breaking things, I haven't broken anything on it. I changed the battery holder to a Velcro strap, which was included in the kit as well, so that was nice. Because I have all sorts of different size batteries which I'm going to put in there, and it's capable of carrying up to like a 450 2S or 3S even, maybe, quite easily. But yeah, breaking things. Some people I've noticed on Facebook have had these frames break just at the motor screw holes. So obviously that's a weak point. So might be an idea to put something over those, add a bit of glue or something over them if you're worried about that. I should imagine that would be more sort of hitting on concrete rather than your grass and things. The other thing that's happened is the motors themselves, the shafts have a circlip at the top, and there's an indent in the shaft for that circlip, and that can snap off. So if that happens, then it's either a new motor or you buy some different props, because it's actually got screw holes in the motors for the props with 2 screws on, so you can put some different props on there, probably a cheaper option, and then they'll never come off again. So that's something to think about. Yeah, the props are the problem with the vibration, I think, because they're just floppy. So if you did put props on there, you could probably then go to 3S and use full throttle maybe, or maybe still use 70%, I don't know. Probably best to just be careful and use 70%. But anyway, there's options there for you. The main thing I would do before you even fly it is raise the flight controller, because when it comes, there's a little tiny, you won't be able to see it in this video, but there's a little hole in the frame there for a component to stick through, which is a coil. And trouble with that is it's actually the coil is sticking through that hole, and if you have a hit and the frame gets moved against the flight controller, that can break off, and then you've got no power to your flight controller. So you can fix that with a regulator, an external regulator, or get a new coil and solder it on if you're up to that. But best to just avoid doing that and raise the flight controller. You can do that by swapping the grommets around, turning them upside down so that the longer part is against the frame and the taller part is holding the flight controller, and that will give you enough clearance then just to clear that and stop that from being a problem. So yeah, quite an important thing, I think, that one. That's probably the main thing to do. So apart from that, everything's been good. Now the camera, yeah, it's a cheap all-in-one camera, and it's pointing right up. And the problem with that is when it's an overcast sky, your sky's all nice and bright, but your ground is dark and you can't really see where you're going. So if you're going along at a fair old trot and it's pointing down, you can see okay. But as soon as you're not sure and you back up like that, the ground goes a bit dark at times. But that again is dependent on the weather. Most of the time it's fine. But that's just typical of most of these little cameras. Not really a problem, but you could always upgrade that later if you wanted to. So yeah, so I think it's absolutely worth it. It's definitely a good thing to have. I'm really enjoying flying it. I would compare it to I've had the Mobula 7, which that's really good as well, and I never broke anything on that. But your flight times, you're talking 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, it's on the same battery. So it's a bit short, whereas this one at 6 minutes quite easily going, and it's probably a little bit faster than the Mobula 7 as well. Yeah, I would put it almost in the same class as this build that I did a few years ago now, but bamboo skewers and silverware and brushless, and that weighs something like 30 grams, and that'll fly for like 8 or 10 minutes, and very fast and economical, and that's really good. But obviously you can't buy that, and if you hit something with that, it's going to break, whereas this, it's a bit stronger. So yeah, I don't know if there's much else I can say. It's not as strong as a frame like this. This is the 85X with the silverware brushless again. That's as strong as anything and pretty good. But that is faster than that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Right, so I think I've covered everything really, as far as I can tell. I'm just looking through my list of things that I've wrote down to say about it. Yeah, so that's it. So I would say it's absolutely worth it. It's probably the micro to get at the moment. It would be nice looking at other people's frames breaking there. It'd be nicer if they changed the design slightly and made these frame go round those holes a bit more. And obviously if they've got the grommets the other way round in the first place to lift that stack up, that would have been good. It would also be nice if it was a 12 amp ESC, and then there'd be no worries about it burning out. But it's 5 or 6 at the moment. Maybe they'll change that in the future, I don't know. Hopefully they will. But if they don't, it's okay anyway. It's fine on 2S. You can go full power, no problem on 2S. On 3S, just limit your power to 70% and just take it a bit easy on the throttle. But yeah, do check out my other video of it flying. I do a bit of freestyle around the field, and I'll probably post some more videos as I fly it some more. And yeah, if there's any questions, just ask below. I'll put a link to it, which will be an affiliate link to Banggood. And yeah, which obviously if you want to buy anything else, you can click through that affiliate link and buy something else as well. That would be hugely appreciated, because it really does help me out. And I will be forever in your debt. Right, I'm going to leave it there now then. Thanks very much for your time, and see you soon. Bye.